Big Saturday slate of college basketball coming up this weekend. Hello and welcome to our Campus Insider Studios. I'm Shay Pepler, and joining me from South Bend, Indiana to discuss the matchups at hand is the legendary Digger Phelps. And Coach, Kentucky goes on the road to Columbia to face the Gamecocks this weekend. The Wildcats have kept it close in a couple SEC games as of late. Can Frank Martin's squad play spoiler?
Frank Martin knows that this is a moment for South Carolina basketball. They lost at home the other night by 4 at Tennessee at South Carolina. So they're really hungry for this win. But Kentucky, as we all know, finds a way to get it done. How about the other night when Karl Anthony Towns has 7 blocks in that game as they just hung around with Vanderbilt but got it done? Aaron Harrison got his 14 points all in the second half. I think Calipari knows it's going to be a war, but they're going to try to wear him down and get points in the paint.
Well, let's go to the Big 12. The two early frontrunners to win the conference will go at it as the Longhorns host the Jayhawks. Kansas lost their last road game at Iowa State. How do they win on the road now in Austin?
Well, they came home from that loss at Iowa State and took on Oklahoma. And boy, in that first half, they're up 20 points, 19 at halftime. But then all of a sudden, here comes Oklahoma in the second half. They go up 4 points with about 7 minutes to go in this game. But Kansas got it done. They go on a 10-3 run, go up 5 with a minute to go, and seal the deal. Texas, on the other hand, I think they're excited for one reason. Finally, Isaiah Taylor, one of the best point guards in the country, who was out, came back his first 4 games. He's 10 for 40, but he gets 13 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and getting that great front line with Cameron Ridley and company ready and focused to take on the challenge. They need to beat Kansas at home. This is a must-win for Rick Barnes.
Yeah, that's a 2 p.m. Eastern tip-off from Austin. To the Big Ten we go. Wisconsin coming off a thumping of Iowa at home. They will travel to Ann Arbor to take on a Karis LeVert-less Michigan team. What happens in this one, Coach?
Well, don't forget, Wisconsin doesn't have Trayvon Jackson. He's out, too, with that injury. But Rutgers, for some reason, became a factor with Wisconsin, where they lost at Rutgers, but Michigan won at Rutgers. So it's going to be interesting to see how this game turns out. I just feel this way. Frank Kaminsky back in the double-double the other night. And when you look at what goes on in the rest of that lineup, they are solid. This is going to be an issue because Michigan doesn't have the size to control what can go on with getting points in the paint, controlling the glass. This will be Wisconsin's advantage.
Yeah, who would have thought the newbie Rutgers would be the difference maker in this one? Digger Phelps, looking forward to these games. Thanks so much for the insight as always.
My pleasure.
And stick with Campus Insiders as we have a West Coast Conference exclusive. St. Mary's takes on Portland Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern, only right here on CampusInsiders.com.